Hi everybody, I'm going to be making some red and green chicken enchiladas. I will be combining tomatoes and tomatillos, both together in this delicious dish, and I'm going to show you how to make it, step by step. Let's get started. So I'm going to start out by preparing my chicken, and I'm going to be using this deep saucepan. Water is cold, it's straight out of the tap, and I'm going to put my chicken thighs in here. Now I have removed the skin off of the chicken thighs, but I left the skin on just one of them because it's the skin that adds a delicious flavor to a broth, see? And you want to add just enough water for it to cover your chicken like that. And since I'm going to boil this chicken, I thought I would take advantage of it and make a little broth. I'm going to put in a few pieces of onion like this. I've got one mashed garlic, 2 bay leaves, 1 large carrot, 2 small celery ribs. I've got about 10 peppercorns, and I'm going to add some salt. Now, I don't want to add a lot of salt because I'm not sure how I'm going to use this broth later. Now I'm going to let the chicken come up to a boil, and then I'm going to lower the temperature to a low boil, and I'm going to let it cook like that anywhere between 35 and 40 minutes. So while my chicken is coming up to a boil, I'm going to prepare my tomatillo sauce. I'm going to be using this cast iron skillet, and I have turned the heat on to high. I want it to get nice and hot. So I'm going to add my vegetable oil. It's about a tablespoon, and I'm going to wait until it gets real nice and hot. And I have adjusted the temperature to about medium. I'm going to add my onions, 2 serrano peppers, and I'm going to add my tomatillos in here. And I'm just going to be moving them around like this until they get real nice and roasted. I want them nice and golden. Give them about 15 seconds and then move them around again. Now, as you can see, my tomatillos are looking nice and golden. Look at that. It's at this time that I'm going to add my garlic. I have 2 garlic cloves, and I mashed them because I want them to release their maximum flavor. And I'm going to put them in here for about 1 minute, and that's it. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat, and I'm going to get everything out. I'm going to set it aside, and I'm going to let everything cool down before I blend it. So my chicken has about 3 minutes to go, but my tomatillos are nice and cool. So I'm going to blend them at this time. I'm going to put everything into my blender. And I'm going to add a small bunch of cilantro. I'm going to add my chicken bouillon to give it a nice kick. And my cumin. And I'm going to blend it really well. See? And it looks beautiful. I'm going to let it sit here until I'm ready to use it. So my timer just went off. It's been 38 minutes and my chicken is ready. I already checked it. This is a good time for you to check your chicken and make sure that it's cooked all the way through. So I'm going to remove it, and then I'm going to let it cool really good before I chop it up. So I'm done chopping up my chicken. I like to chop it up into small pieces like this. I don't like real big clumpy pieces of chicken. I think the enchiladas look prettier when it's cut up like this. So I'm going to put my chicken into this bowl. I'm going to cover it up so that it doesn't dry up, and I'm going to get started on my filling. I'm going to be using this non-stick skillet, and I've got my heat set on medium. I'm going to add my vegetable oil, and I'm going to wait until it gets nice and hot. I'm going to add my onions. And I'm going to move them around just for a little bit until they get a little translucent. Oh, this is going to be so good. Now I'm going to add my garlic. I have 1 garlic clove, and it's finely minced. See? Now, you don't want to leave it in here too long because you don't want to burn it. So keep tossing it around and be careful. Now I'm going to add my tomatoes. I'm going to add some garlic powder. I'm going to add my onion powder. This will just kick it up one more notch. I'm going to add my pepper. And I'm just going to bring it in together like this, just for about 30 seconds. Now I'm going to add half a cup of my tomatillo sauce. And I'm going to add all my chicken. A little bit more pepper. And I'm going to toss it all together. I'm going to lower the temperature to low. I'm going to add my salt. Add a little bit at a time until it's just perfect for you. So I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to remove it off the stove and I'm going to let it cool down and I'm going to go on to my next step. So while my enchilada filling is cooling down, I'm going to prepare my tortillas. I've got some oil in this small skillet and it's nice and hot. I'm going to put my tortilla in and I'm going to wait until it gets a little bubbly. See? Just like this. Then I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to give this side a few seconds like this. And I'm going to remove it. Now you can put your tortillas in a microwave or you can just warm them up on the stovetop. But I think that when you put them in hot oil like this, it just brings out the flavor of the corn. And they are so delicious like this. Now that I flipped it over, now I'm going to remove it and I'm going to repeat the process. So this is my last tortilla. I'm going to remove all the excess oil from all of them and we're ready to assemble our enchiladas. I have my tortillas right here, ready to go. I'm going to spray my dish with a little bit of non-stick spray. I always do that, just you don't want to take a chance. Now I'm going to fill them. See, I'm going to put some of my filling right here. You want a good amount like this. I've got my cheese right here. This is Monterey Jack. You can use any cheese that you like. Now I'm going to wrap them up nice and snug like this. And before I put them on my dish, I'm going to put some of this sauce right here in the bottom. Now I'm going to set my enchilada right here. Now I'm going to fill another one. Put some of my cheese in here. Make them nice and cheesy. Wrap it up nice and snug. Set it right here. So I have all my enchiladas rolled up. Now I'm going to add my toppers. I'm going to put some of my tomatillo sauce on top. Now I'm going to add some of my filling on top. Just going to sprinkle it around like this. And that's good. Now I'm going to put some of my cheese on top. See, these look beautiful. So I've got a piece of aluminum foil. I'm going to cover them up. Now I've got my oven set at 350 degrees. I'm going to put them in the center rack anywhere between 15 or 20 minutes until they're nice and bubbly. And the last 3 minutes, I will put them under the broiler for just about 2 minutes. So here they are. Look at this. See? These are very hot. So I'm going to give them about 3 minutes before I dive into them. Oh, look at this. Hmm. So I'm going to show you how I like to eat these enchiladas. I've got some charro beans here. You can serve them with anything that you like, but we love the charro beans with these enchiladas. See? Mmm, beautiful. And then I have some Mexican rice. I'm going to serve some of this Mexican rice right in the bowl, like this. Oh, that's going to be so good. Now, the charro beans and the rice together are so good with these enchiladas. Now it's time for the taste test. Oh, look at these. Ooh. Mmm. Mmm. So delicious. Mmm. And then my rice and beans. Mmm. Out of this world. So these are my red and green chicken enchiladas. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up. Send me a comment and send me your name and tell me what you think. Thank you.